All right. Yo, 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 yo. What up, y'all? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Canteen. I'm rocking with my man Beans.
What's going on?
Oh, damn. I didn't even do the intro. We'll do it next time.
It's too late.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, this is a Social Norm podcast where we go ahead and open y'all minds, man, make y'all think a little differently, and hope make y'all be the best y'all can be. How you doing today, my brother?
I'm good.
You good? Man, give me my damn.
Got my health. Got my money. That's all that matters to me right now.
Got your family? Yeah, damn, dude. You don't care about that, man. You wild, bro. He's like, I got my health. I got my money.
I mean, they
like,
good.
yeah, I guess I don't care. They do what
good
they
too.
do. I mean, well, today, man, episode 41. Bro, we on episode 41, bro. It's crazy. Episode 41, misogyny. Stop the cap. All right. Now, today's episode, we're gonna talk about misogyny. I know a lot of y'all, ladies, fellas, y'all think I'm a misogynist. But I don't think y'all really know what misogyny means.
Can you understand why they think that though?
No. I can't understand that.
Some of the things you say sometimes.
See, this is the thing though. I think they think of misogyny because I think differently than they do. Not that I actually say anything of horrific things towards women, about women. I think
I don't think it got to be horrific.
It has to be something that is where I actually hate women. That's what I believe misogyny is. What do you feel like misogyny is?
Well, hating women is basically the definition, but yeah, it's basically hating women. I can't. That's basically what it is.
I want to know from y'all. We want to know from y'all. What do you consider misogyny? What do you think that is? Now we about to go ahead and pull this up right now. I typed in the word misogyny. All right, let's pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up so you can see the whole screen. All right, let's read this thing. So misogyny is the dislike of contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women.
Okay.
Prejudice against women. I'm not prejudiced against women though. Prejudice mean like you. I think I hate you because you're a woman. I think you're wrong because you're a woman. In every light of the thing. Now, what we about to see, because I came across this video on YouTube, and I want y'all to see what a real misogynist person is. All right, and honestly, this is what I think of when I see misogynist guys. I never really thought like, well, who actually is a misogynist? You know, because if people say it all the time, oh, you a misogynist, because you just don't agree with what she's saying. But the misogyny I see in this video, it's scary.
I don't think it's that you disagree. Well, you're gonna disagree with what they're saying, but I think it's what you're saying.
They don't like it.
And your views on women that makes you a misogynist.
Okay, but what? Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are my views on women?
It's tough. Well, it's tough to say because
exactly
because okay, when you say I brought this up before. When you say well, you said it two different ways. When you said society treats women like children.
See right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this before we even go to this video. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I've heard you say it two. Like I said, I've heard you say it two ways. Society treats women like children. But you've also said women are like children. Now,
can you agree? Let me ask you this: do you think society does treat them like children? I'm asking you.
Me?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Why'd you smile though? Because somewhere in you feel like
that is so because I was waiting for you to say something. That's what that is.
Okay. So do you feel like society treats women like children?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like women? Okay, I'm gonna restate the question. Do you feel like kids are held accountable for their actions in society?
In society, no.
Do you think
as far as like laws and shit, no.
Do you think women are held accountable for their actions in society?
Generally,
No, not generally. What the fuck are we here for if you're not gonna do?
Cause
Come on, man.
It's easy.
Stop beating around the
It's
bush.
easy. It's easy. The law wise, yeah. There's certain
So
things.
for the law, you think they treat women, they hold women accountable for their
Are
actions?
there not women in prison?
There are women in prison. There are kids in prison too. So what is that? What logic does that have?
They are held. They are held
As a whole. I'm
the,
not talking about individual. I'm not saying that there are not women in prison. I said as a whole, as a whole community of women, does America hold them accountable? It's a yes or no. If you say yes, that's cool. If you say no, that's cool.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Are men held accountable?
Always. 100%.
Okay. So if men are held accountable, you just said children are not held accountable as a whole, and you just said women are not held accountable as a whole. Does that, from those situations, can you say that society treats women like children?
Well, when you put it like that, yeah.
All right, then. All you got to do is ask me what I mean by things, and I'll explain it. Don't sit there and say I'm a misogynist because I say something that you don't understand how I said it, and you take it into how you feel I'm saying it. All right, now we got that out the way. We about to show y'all a real misogynist. All right.
I remember this kid though.
Now, right here, I don't know this guy's name, but he looks like he has feminine features. He just looks very. I don't know. I don't know if it's no homo. I don't know if it's his lips. I don't know what it is, but it looks very feminine. Let's go ahead and get into the video, y'all.
What does lips got to do with this?
I'm just saying he looks like I don't know. He just looks like a pushover.
All right.
Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge.
Soon after posting this video to YouTube, Elliot Rodger would go on a shooting spree in the California city of Santa Barbara, killing 6 and injuring many others.
Crazy motherfucker.
The attack, a form of revenge by an angry young man, one who was hellbent on blaming women for his own personal loneliness.
The girls are not sexually attracted to me.
Pause it. Hold on.
There's a major problem with that.
Can you pause it? Okay. Now, last week you said the reason why men.
I told you. I don't make this shit up.
No, you said the reason why men go
on mass killing sprees is because they're sexually frustrated.
Now, my question is, did you get this from this?
Nope. This is not. I'm telling you what I know off of how I see men, how I view men. Men, when they get sexually frustrated, we don't see women.
I don't think that's sexual frustration.
That is sexual frustration. He just said women are not attracted to me. That's a problem.
No, that is rejection talking.
What is sexual frustration but being rejected?
That's not the same.
That is the same.
Listen,
if you're getting pussy, you're not sexually frustrated. And if you're getting pussy, you're not getting rejected. What are you talking about?
Listen, there are so many. Listen, nobody nowadays should be like this because there's so many.
But they are
dating apps and OnlyFans and all this other stuff out here,
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand when a man is socially awkward, it's hard for him to get with a woman. I get it. I wouldn't want to look. That wouldn't make me wet either if I was. He just seems weird. He's weird. But I'm just saying, you can't tell me that dudes who kill mass shoot ain't sexually frustrated. Now let's get back to the video.
Go ahead, man.
Major problem. That's a problem that I intend to rectify.
Oh, hell no.
More and more male hatred against women is rising up through the hidden crevices of online forums and entering real life. Allegedly, the inspiration behind the mass attacks in Santa Barbara, Toronto, and Tallahassee, Florida.
How many kills? 6 people?
Experts say one of the chief incubators of this violent misogyny is a subculture of men and some women who call themselves incels or
I don't call myself no shit like
celibates.
that.
They mainly gather in online forums, finding common ground in their shared loneliness, hatred of themselves and anger.
This
See,
they
hatred
said.
of
Wait a minute. They
themselves.
said involuntary celibate. Involuntary. That means they don't choose to be this way. They're forced to be this way.
Okay. Now she said men and women get together.
I think that was just trying to keep everybody
Equal.
still,
I'm about to say.
still on this show.
If
This
you
is
go-
clearly an
if-
all man show.
I'm about to say if men and women are getting together because they're sexually
Oh my
frustrated,
God.
and
If they
why
got
don't y'all get together?
if they got one female in that goddamn chat room, she getting it. I don't know what they talking about. That was just for the
Okay.
Or the opposite
where we
sex.
go? Okay.
Women aren't just evil. You know what I'm saying? Women are evil. Women are cruel. Women are mean.
The group name that you've probably never heard of before, incels or involuntary celibate.
Now, a new BBC
That's not me, dude.
documentary inside
Oh.
the secret life of incels.
My bad, yo.
It's a never before seen look at this community online and off.
I think it's fair to say a lot of people have not heard of the term incels and have not
Have
heard
you ever heard of that?
the incel community. I think it's
No,
certainly
hold
something
on.
that more people should know about because there is a risk of violence from this community.
When the incel movement first began online in the late 90s, it was seen by many as a comforting resource, a place to belong for those who had no sense of belonging.
Whenever I see couples walking about, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm also just like, oh man, I am so alone.
This is nuts.
Okay,
It hurts a little bit.
look at okay. I just got to pause on this dude.
Forums can definitely
Wait a
be,
minute.
very supportive. Having an online community to fall back on or to go to.
All right, y'all.
So that's like their support.
Let me
group.
say something. This is where the world is going. We're so disconnected with each other that we have to have forums about people who are lonely and hate on something. Like, stop having this victim mentality that somebody is the reason your life sucks. Your life sucks because you suck. Okay? Change you. Focus on you until they focus on you. Stop sitting there worrying about if this girl like you or whatever. Be yourself. I'm telling you, you could be weird as hell just like this dude. But if you keep putting these negative mind thoughts in your mind that nobody cares about me, all the girls are evil, all this, that's bullshit. That's just fake bullshit. And it makes you believe that. And guess what? The energy you put out makes girls see that and they be like, oh my God, you think if we're evil, then fuck you. Because girls they don't like being told what's wrong with them. Clearly, look at my Facebook. When I post things, and I'm not even saying what's wrong with women, I just post things that have that inclination sometimes that they can take that and say that I'm saying that what's wrong with them, and they get so they lash out. So if this guy's sitting there saying, "Oh, women are evil," which clearly they're not, you know what I mean? People are evil. There's people in this world that are men and women that are evil.
That's
that doesn't make everybody evil, dude. Like, get out of your own head.
Jack real quick.
Go ahead.
Jack said they shouldn't be like that, but their sexual frustration is more than not getting laid. And weak-minded people, it turns into self-loathing. They can be obsessive over perceived flaws and then become angry, depressed due to the laundry list of problems that magically appear.
Yeah, and then they lash out and shoot up everybody. Crazy. Let's go back to this.
Who is definitely a source of comfort.
It's a space that Jack Peterson sought out as a struggling teenager.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
what attracts
Look at
men to
that
the
acne.
incel communities is just feeling like they have no other place to go.
Oh,
He's not a bad looking
If they're
dude.
rejected by women, if they're
It
rejected
don't
by
matter what they think.
even,
what he
men,
looks like.
The incel community is a place
He
for them
thinks he
to
looks like
congregate
shit.
and actually find people to talk to for once, rather than just stay in isolation.
It was a world where he could freely post this video.
No matter what I do, no matter where I go, nobody values my contributions. Nobody respects me.
See what I mean? They putting this shit in it. I told you, you gotta manifest stuff, dude. You gotta put stuff out in the world that you want. I'm the shit. I do this. Like I'm great. Say stuff like that. Power yourself. Don't sit there
There's
and
definitely a lack of confidence there.
oh,
You know, there's
extremely.
definitely, you know, it sounds like a lot of them got rejected quite a bit.
Dude,
And
no,
they-
but you know what it sound like? It don't even sound like they got rejected about a lot. It sounds like they got rejected a few times and they're too scared and too pussy to go back out there. So they just keep telling them, they keep reiterating the same scenario in their head and saying, you know, I'm not good enough. I'm no one respects me. Like, come on, man. Who could respect anybody that said no one respects me?
Well, what I know is either you blame either like his dude, he blames himself, or the other dude who blames females. You know what I mean? He like he's turning it.
I think no. I think they both. I think they blame females and themselves that they're just worthless.
Peterson eventually became a moderator for one of the incel forums. He says violent talk and threats were not tolerated.
If someone crossed a line into threatening what seems like real violence, they'll be banned from the website.
Coming for
I know
you, dude.
on numerous occasions there would be a communication with the FBI to make sure that nothing actually
it's called
crosses
it sounds
into
like a terrorist
incel.
reality.
It does sound like a terrorist group, doesn't it?
Board or on a website.
But some say Rogers' attack in 2014 marked a shift from a community that lived online to one that for some erupted into violence in reality.
Yes.
Before Elliot Rodger, there were a number of online misogynistic communities operating. But Elliot Rodger really flips the switch from a community that is angry online, operating within the digital space, to a community that has the potential to carry out real acts of violence.
His blind rage targeting strangers, like promising student Katie Cooper. Her parents left devastated.
He attempted to get into one of the sorority houses.
He went and tried to attack a sorority house?
Instead, out of frustration, he got in his car, drove around the corner, and saw my daughter.
And this is what y'all say I am.
Okay, he was after somebody specific.
No, he wanted to jump into a sorority house because he's mad at women and saying, let me go ahead and just shoot up all the women. The door was locked, they couldn't get in, whatever. So he just found a random girl that was just walking on the street and killed her.
But it do sound like he would. Well,
he wasn't looking for nobody specific, dude.
Somebody
a sorority house.
Somebody pissed him off.
He killed a random girl walking down the street. It was random, dude. He was trying to kill just women. And this is I'm saying.
Well, this is extreme.
But this is where it can go for men. I feel for women that have that you know, there's so many different spectrums. There's guys who get rejected and they get all mad about women and then they go on to kill them. And then there's guys who obsess about women so much that they're stalking the women. Fellas, you got to find your own lane. Care about yourself, self-improve yourself, empower yourself, bro. Because that's the only way you're going to get out of this. I hate women. Now, me, I don't hate women. I just don't agree with a lot of things, a lot of times, and maybe my delivery doesn't work well with women. But I don't hate nobody. Why would I hate you?
Yeah.
You got boobs.
I can't.
That ain't misogynist. That's just funny, dude.
I can't deal with you right now.
And realistic.
But like I said, the reason why, you know, well, I hate to say it like this, but you know, the video I just showed you like a minute ago, where there's a female on TikTok says all men are
misogynists,
and we're all brainwashed to be this way. Now, this is an extreme case of, you know, this is an extreme case of misogyny. I mean, ain't nobody going around killing nobody. The problem with that video is she doesn't really say how we are, and it led me down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out, you know, if there's any truth to this, or maybe we are brainwashed, or
brainwashed how though?
But that's the thing.
That's the thing when they say a misogynist, that's a man who has like hatred for women. He hates women. I can definitely say most men. I don't think most men hate women. Most men don't like how women move and some of the things that they do. But to say they hate women, sometimes you can get fed up. I think that goes on both sides, though. I think a woman can get fed up on how men are because we are somewhat told different. How we move and how they move are different sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
And the opposites can be frustrating because you just don't understand it. Instead of just sitting there fighting it, sometimes you do got to embrace it. You just got to embrace that this is just how they are. I don't, you know what I mean? Today, I got in a discussion with a fellow coworker, and she was mad because I said that most women are what do you call it? Not misogyny. Where they only want to get with a guy that's either on their level or higher.
Higher.
What is that called? Forgot the name of it. Y'all put in the comments if y'all know what the name.
And I don't understand.
Hypergamy. That's what it was. Most women are hypergamous, where they have to get because I said that. She was like, most women aren't like that. I said, well, show me where more women get with guys who have less than them than don't. Because I can show you a ton of women who got with guys who had more, or at least were on the same level.
Well, what's wrong with wanting? I'm still confused. She was mad because
I said that.
You said that. There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody.
No, there isn't nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, what she hated was I said that majority of women do this. She's like, stop putting women in a box. That's why I posted in as far as the comments where a woman is in a box and a man is yelling. A woman feels like when a man is telling her something that majority of women do, that you're putting them in a box. Just like I can say there's things men majority do. We all from sexes have things that we do that are similar to us.
Okay. I think it's because you're making
a generalization.
Generalization.
And that's the thing.
That's what it is. Okay.
Some people hate generalizations where they feel like no generalizations are true. That's a lie. It's a reason generalizations exist. There are some truth to them. You have to at least have the basic overall. Otherwise, then you just dating a guy who's in survival mode, which can lead to a bad situation. Who said that?
Shay said that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody on your level or above. It's nothing.
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't have a problem. This thing, I accepted that. The problem was the woman didn't accept the nature of women. She tries to fight me just because I'm a man and I'm telling her something. It's like we live in this world right now where there's men who won't listen to nothing a woman says because she's a woman. And then there's women out there who won't listen to nothing a man says because it's coming from a man. Even if he's right, even if he has the data to prove it and everything, they still won't do it. They want to fight against it. And it's like, why are you fighting something that is reality that everybody knows is true?
Maybe I'm trying to understand it too. Maybe it's like someone telling you about yourself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you don't want to be told about you.
So what we're saying is
that's how they're taking it.
And that's a big issue, I feel like, in the Black community. I feel like we tell each other, if you tell somebody what they're doing wrong or any of that, if it's a negative thing, they don't want to hear it. Even if it's true, they don't want to hear it. You tell somebody, somebody was telling me, oh, well, this is that. And I was like, okay, well, they're bringing up men. So then I said, well, she was a Black woman. I said, why do Black women have the highest rate of not being married? Just asking the question. What do you feel like that's the reasoning? She literally was like, well, because Black men are incarcerated. And I'm like, what?
Hold on.
I was like, how does that even have anything to do with anything?
Real quick, Amanda said, can't tell me shit. Fight me, counselor.
I will. You said, look, what size gloves you want?
I mean,
I'll give you a fair shake.
At least you honest about it. Maybe some people just don't want to hear about.
They don't want to hear
themselves.
No one likes to hear themselves.
And maybe that's. And how was your delivery when you did the whole hypergamy thing?
Oh, I just said what I say. I don't say it in no crazy way. I just say it and then with no malice. But then she got mad about it. She's like, well, you know what? I'm like, what are you arguing with me about? I'm like, I can show you countless women who got, even people who have more, who are rich, get with men who are more rich than they are. Most women don't get with guys who are way significantly less valuable in society wise.
Why would you? I mean,
I just said that. I mean, men don't. Men can do that. Men mostly will get with women that aren't more society wise valuable than they are, because she looks good, or because she's
because
peaceful with him. She knows how to.
We are supposed to be the breadwinners anyway, so it's
statistically, yes, most of the time,
so
yes.
It's to us, it's not considered dating down.
No, it's dating. We date for peace. Women date for. I feel like a lot of times they date for security. Men date for peace. We want a woman that can get with us and just fit like a glove. She's right there on the same time I'm on. And when you can't get a girl that has peace with you, it don't matter how good she look. It ain't gonna happen. It's a wrap. But I just want to. We wanted to do this episode because I think a lot of people feel like they can just call a man a misogynist, and he just loses all credibility, because now anything with an "is" at the end of it, racist, sexist, misogynist, that means now you've taken all the power out of my words. But the reality is, I'm gonna fight back. I'm not gonna let y'all just say I'm a misogynist, because I have different views than you guys do.
Well, that video did make me think of you. Because
which one? The one I just showed
not
you?
this one, not this one.
Oh my God.
The one I showed you. I don't think you're gonna go around killing people.
That is no. That's definitely. I got a lot of women and men who talk just like that. They just say you're a misogynist, you're brainwashed, you're this because you think this way and I don't think that way. So if you don't think the way I think, then you're wrong. And you don't have I had a girl say, I don't have a soul. What she said? She said, you know how hard you gotta hurt somebody's feelings to tell them you don't have a soul.
Okay. What did you say?
I didn't say anything. I made a point. I make my questions. I asked my questions on Facebook. Yes. I asked the question about
it wasn't the girl.
No, it was a girl. The question was this. It was on sexual, okay, so what it was I asked if women have the right to get sorry guys, if women have the right in America to decide if they want to get out of motherhood, can men have the right to decide if they want to get out of fatherhood?
Well, don't
women have the right in America to where if they get pregnant, they can have an abortion. They can give their kid up.
When you say opt out of father, you mean like not pay child support?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say
not be a father.
I'm gonna say dude just be walking away all the time.
Mothers have the right to where they can either abort the kid and not be a mother. They can get rid of the kid, give it up for adoption, and not be the mother. There's other options they can choose. Men, if the woman wants to have the kid, it's on him. He does not have a choice. He has a choice. Well, the only choice he had was that if he wanted to have sex with her. That's the only choice he had. And he really didn't have a choice in that, because a lot of women, they get mad if a guy try to deny them. And they joke about male rape and all this other stuff. But I'm just saying, if a woman was to set him up, say he used the condom, she poked the condom, got pregnant, he has no rights of anything. He's forced into being a father, even when he doesn't want to be. And I'm saying, I just asked the question. I said, if women can get out of motherhood, can men have the right to get out of fatherhood? And I had all these women and all these men, not so men, but a lot of women were like, that's just crazy. Da, 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 da. What's the double standard? See, the double standard, when it benefits them, they have no issues with it.
Well, there is some difference there, because the women do have to carry the baby.
And I understand that.
Our men's contribution to life, like creating life,
is what? I'm hoping you're gonna sit there and say, because it's not as drawn out physically.
Yeah, I mean,
what does that have to do with importance, though?
But it's because
I didn't create human anatomy to where my part of the equation is more fun than your part. It's not my fault,
because it's easier for us to be like, okay, you pregnant, that's your problem, and split. How many dudes split on a woman?
Because how many dudes didn't? If you could have told them they were gonna get pregnant, they would still sleep with her.
But that's not the case, though.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, right now in society, if a woman makes a mistake, whether it was choosing or not choosing, she makes a mistake, gets pregnant, which is not a mistake because she's an adult, he's an adult, whatever. They both made that that decision. In her mind, it's a mistake. She can get out of it. He can't. That's the thing I'm saying. And if a man tells you from jump, I do not want to have a kid with you. I do not want to be. Why can't we have the right to say I don't want to be a father? Even if we're still all making the adult choice to have unprotected sex with each other,
then you got to fall on that sword. Then.
But what about the ones who didn't use unprotected sex? I'm giving you the scenario. A woman traps a man. She goes, pokes the condom, she gets pregnant. Or not even that. Let's say he used the condom, ties it up. She goes and takes it, get the turkey baster, becomes pregnant. He has no rights. None. Is that fair?
I mean, if she set him up, no, it's not fair.
All right. So why
if she set him up? Yes, that's not.
So
fair,
why
obviously.
can't we have something in place for people who unfairly get used by somebody? I'm just asking. We have rights for women. The reason we even put the abortion situation is because for women who were getting raped, women who it wasn't really just for women who had one night stand, they don't want to have a baby. It was because of situations like that where a woman, if she was to get pregnant, maybe she could die, whatever the case may be. I understand. I'm not against abortion. I'm not with abortion. I'm just telling you, we put those in place for those reasons. Why can't, if we're talking about being equals in this equal society, why can't we have those things?
He said that's why we
leave lawyers, Pooh Bear.
Or I think he said that's why we have lawyers.
Okay. Well, who put that?
Amanda.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to get your grammar together, Amanda. We both went to the same high school. Come on now.
She has a point though.
That's why we have lawyers.
Yeah.
What could a lawyer possibly do? Even if a woman was to do what he did, the scenario I just said, where a woman trapped a man, took the condom out of a bathroom, whatever, put a turkey baster up there, and got pregnant. There's nothing a lawyer can do. He is still going to be put on child support. He's still going to pay her whatever percentage the court justifies. Like there's nothing in place for that. So I'm just asking, like, fight for your rights you think you deserve.
There's that too.
But everybody thinks I'm crazy when I say things like that. And I'm not asking a question. I'm not even saying I'm for it. I just want to know, do you think it's fair to the people? Do you think it's fair? And they get at me because they don't know how to take the questions I'm putting out there.
You can that's right. You can waive your rights as a father.
You can't waive your rights when it comes to you can waive your rights as the father. You can't waive your rights as the responsibility. She still can go ahead and put you up for child support. Matter of fact, she can put you up for child support whether you waive your rights or don't waive your rights. The only thing that waiving your rights does is stop you from having opportunity to visit your children. But as far as materially paying financially to this child, when you've already said before the child was even born, you don't want nothing to do with it. You don't want nothing to do with her because she's crazy or she's this or she's that. The courts don't care. They're going to still destroy that man and use him.
Here we go. Jack said, fundamental purpose to sex is having a child. Very true. If a woman can choose to keep it, the father can choose not to be a father. You should think about that before you spread your legs.
That's a fact. And that's why I see so many of this happening where the men are just saying fuck it, and I'm not gonna be a father. See, women think that you can trap a man and he'll still be a father, but all that does is bring more confusion and a not structured family. Why would anybody with a brain? Why would you even bring see? Women think so highly of themselves to where they can raise a child by themselves and not have a man in the house. And that's why a lot of I feel like I would be, if I was a woman, which I'm not, but if I was, if I got with a man, he told me from jump he don't want to be a part of his kid's life. I mean, I wish he would tell me beforehand though.
Amanda said, well, you shouldn't put your digging her then. That's true.
And that's where
there is some responsibility on both sides on that one.
There is responsibility on both, but there's more on the man's side. And this is further why I said society treats women in like children. Because if she makes a mistake, we will still give her a pass and let her figure it out. You go ahead and get rid of it. There's women out here who've done 15 abortions. Okay. But the men, we don't have that option. We still, of course, men are still going to have sex. Women are still going to have sex. As a man, you should know the terrain you're in and realize, hey, if you're going to stick it in there, you better be ready for the bullshit.
Well, there is a point. If you don't want to have, I mean, of course, we're men, but if you have this, I don't want to have kids with this woman.
Why are you having sex with her?
Why are you having sex with her?
All right, let me just ask you this. So there's two options. So what you telling me is this. You have a whole bunch of kids, or you be a mass murderer. That's what I'm hearing.
That's not
them the two options I'm hearing, y'all. Because we just showed you a man who's sexually frustrated and he can't get a woman. He can't deal with women and he's ready to kill. So on the other option, I need somebody to come on in. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put in the chat. Let me finish. I need to go ahead and put it in this chat. If y'all want to go ahead and get on the live stream, you can. We'll put it in the comment section and y'all can get on in. Now go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Those are like two different extremes. It's like exactly. She said that is drastic. Exactly drastic as hell.
Well, I'm just putting it out there. That's the drastic. That's what I do. I put drastic things out there and let y'all take it as y'all take it.
I can't even
because ultimately you're saying what you're saying is either be ready to have a kid or a woman's gonna put you on child support, deal with that, or be celibate.
Okay, Jack said yes and no. Women cry about my body, my choice.
Hold on. I gotta mute this. All right, there we go.
Okay. Okay, what he said. Yes and no. Women cry about my body, my choice. Dealing with monthly and birth control, yet don't take the responsibility of their actions. Once they conceive, burden of responsibility is on the female at that point. If you choose to have the child and the father doesn't want it, take responsibility for your choice and the risk you took. All right.
See, that's why I fuck with Jackie. That's why I fuck with Jackie. Cause she's one of the
Jack. Is Jack the boy?
No,
Jack the
that's
female.
Yeah,
I can't look at it. I can't see the picture.
That's the difference between she's a lot different than most women because she kind of has a man like she holds herself responsible for her actions. And she holds other women for her responsible for, and that has something to do probably with how she was brought up. And I feel like a lot of times most people do not hold women accountable for their actions, and they don't hold each other accountable, both men and women. So, okay, let me. Shay said it was this is what I need to stop. I need a man to be putting so many comments of just little stuff. Like it's like every little thing she thinks, she just comments. Boom, boom, boom. It's like 17 comments in a row. And I will schedule the fight. You tell me what weapons we're using, and we'll get it on.
I got some gloves at home.
Do y'all want to see the rest of this?
Bunch of psychos trying to kill women? Sure, why not?
Let's watch the rest of this, y'all, because I kind of want to see. Hold on. Let's watch the rest of this, y'all. Oh, no, I went to something else.
I mean, it's you talking about it was a chick.
My daughter paid the price.
All right, let's see the rest of this video.
So
maybe
we like to believe that wrong place, wrong time scenario helps.
Don't that fuck with you when you just like your family member or somebody just gets killed by some like crazy scenario like this?
Unfortunate.
You know,
yeah,
kind of a silver lining.
I would just be dude. You couldn't do no shit like that to my
when you're
family.
in our position,
I would be hunting right now for any man to look like him.
Just last year, 2 alleged copycats. In April in Toronto, a van mowed down pedestrians, killing 10 people. And then in November, a
How's that a
shooting at a
copycat?
Tallahassee yoga studio would leave 2 people dead. Both of the attackers allegedly posted online that they sympathized with Roger. Nightline is
just
choosing not
nuts.
to show you more of Roger's videos or the memes that now circulate praising him, but it's clear he's gained an infamy within these forums.
Is he alive?
Shortly after the
I don't know.
Toronto attack, Peterson decided to leave the community altogether,
Good.
announcing his departure on YouTube.
I asked the owner of incels.me to permanently ban my account.
I left after the Toronto attack because I didn't want to be a part of a community that supports violence, even if it's in a joking way.
But
Look,
Peterson
you
says
see what
that
acne,
most
getting rid
incels
of
are
acne will
not
do for
violent,
you?
and that within the
Yeah.
Has some
incel
sense
community
now.
itself, Elliot Rodger
They're
isn't
proactive.
taken seriously.
There's a lot of memes.
That's why
about
this
him.
episode is
People
sponsored
think
by
he's
Proactive.
perceived
We want
as
to take
some
y'all
sort
for
of a
now.
hero figure, but I think he's more.
At least this dude came to
kind
his
of just made
senses.
fun of.
Adam Jessel,
Now he just got to
executive
worry
producer
about
of
his
Inside the
attire
Secret
because
World
he's
of
wearing that
Incels,
bowling
has been
shirt.
studying the incel community for years.
In terms of the number of people that are at risk of actually carrying out violence against women or carrying out some kind of physical harassment of women, that is a very small number. In the case of violence and mass murder, you only really need one person to move from online hatred to real world violence.
Although not the norm, his film does seem to uncover disturbing instances of simmering anger toward women manifesting in real-world actions.
I'm the catfish man. I catfish females. I'm a legend in the community. I'm a hero.
Hey,
Man, whose
Wait,
full
what?
face
This
is
man-
never shown, humiliating.
This man catfishes women.
Okay, for what?
I don't know. We about to find out, but it's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny.
Women on camera as a way to seek revenge.
You're so fat. Look at that.
That ain't right.
The women, who he says believe they're there to meet a model from online for a date, are instead met with verbal harassment and intimidation.
Got catfish.
Okay, that's weird. I thought it was gonna be funny. It's not
for,
funny.
That's not
incel
funny.
community.
That's weird.
basically. So this is basically like my retribution in a sense.
That's a dude who
all
got
those girls that
rejected
treated
too
me
many
like
times.
Catfish man's behavior was, very alarming and very distressing. On the one hand, we wanted to show people that this stuff is going on. This
The
stuff is
sad
out
part
there.
is he's probably gonna get
On the other
viewers from
hand,
this.
we were conscious that we were giving airtime to this guy.
The Anti-Defamation League is one organization
It's weird
that's
to
been
watch a
tracking
man
incel communities
bully a
and
woman.
identify them as an emerging domestic terror threat.
Exactly.
I feel like-
said terrorists. That's exactly what they are.
Who?
That's what they said they are.
Oh yeah, the one who killing people. Okay, yeah.
But
Oh, you talking about the whole
some of the
incel
same ways
group?
that we see other extremist movements operate.
They say law enforcement and community
I'm just being
cooperation is
honest.
key to
You've seen
monitoring
one of
violent
us.
content.
One
Tips
weird.
have always been helpful for law enforcement when somebody might be sort of straying. The combination of law enforcement, tech industry responsibility, and everyday people knowing that they have a stake in this, hopefully we can keep this down.
Yeah, man.
As for Katie's parents, they hope her senseless death teaches our
Senseless,
society
because
to
the dude
be
don't
more
know how to
vigilant.
just go
Our
talk to a
daughter
lady.
died because some individual couldn't cope. Just
Exactly.
couldn't cope.
That's 100%
That's why
That's
she
exactly
died.
what that was.
And his parents missed it. Anyone who was trying to help him missed it.
Yeah, what
His
was
friends
his
missed
parents?
it. Society missed it.
He's in
My
the
daughter
room
paid the
playing
price.
video games. They're
That's
thinking
the
he's
bottom line.
fine. And this is why
If you wanna
if you got
stop
if you're a
this from
parent,
happening to
you
other
have
parents,
to just sneak
I
in.
mean-
When your kids are gone, you have to just sneak into their room and check they shit out, dude. Because if they seem weird as hell, dude, they probably are. They probably are.
I mean, do these people have friends too? I doubt they have friends.
Their
'Cause
friends are the weirdos. They want to go ahead and shoot and kill women because they don't like them, because they don't want to talk to them. And honestly, I don't want to talk to them, dude. It's weird. They have all the signs. Like now I'm starting to see why girls get so mad. Like when you guys play video games. Did you see he had the Xbox 360 shirt?
Yeah.
And he had the like you knew he played video games. Like I love video games too. I used to play them all the time. I don't play them no more. But it's just like to get to a level where you actually want to put harm on somebody else that you don't know, a random person, do you understand how psycho you have to be?
That and that goes to say how important mental health is.
Oh, it's fucked in this country.
Nowadays. If you lonely and you feeling like a certain type of talk, there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody.
There ain't no privacy. No, yeah, ain't no privacy. If I get an inkling, matter of fact, it ain't even gotta be no inkling. I'm just gonna do random search, just like at our job when we just do random searches. I'm doing random searches on my kids' rooms.
Just kicking the door.
Oh, I'm doing no. I'm not even gonna let them know because I'm sneaky like that. I'll go in the room, check everything out, and put everything exactly how it was, except the shit that sound crazy. Like I found some pornos or some weird shit. I'm putting that shit right on the bed. And when they come in,
you putting pornos back on the bed.
Well, I'm putting everything that's weird on the bed, so that way they know.
Oh, you putting the weird porn back.
They know I know you're weird, bro. You're weird. I'm gonna let you know. You going back to church. You going back to church tomorrow, and you're gonna be an usher. I'm not hearing that no more. No more of the video games. The video game gonna be gone. I'm done with that. But it's sad that you got. I don't even want to call them men. I just want to call them male species. There's people who have the male species that are think so lowly of themselves that they can I honestly believe the reason men were put on this earth was to protect women, was to guide women and make sure that they're safe, and to nurture, not nurture women. Women there to nurture us.
Yes.
But to protect women and secure and give them security. For a man to feel so unwanted by women and so low of himself that he can't even get do you understand there's 6 to 1? There's 6 to 1 women out there to men. You know how shitty of a man you gotta be for women to not no woman to want you?
Well,
which I don't even believe.
I'm gonna say no. I'll say women in his certain, maybe the women that he wanted didn't want him.
Beggars can't be choosers. You better get what you can get in where you fit in.
Some of these dudes wasn't bad looking dudes. It's just they had, like you said, they had to be. And
I'm just fucking with you.
No, I ain't like that.
No, I know they weren't ugly. They wasn't ugly dudes. But the fact is, they was ugly on the inside because they felt like nobody wanted them. And everybody has them times where we feel like, man, I'm just not feeling good about myself. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm not liking how I'm feeling. And sometimes you can sit in that mode so long that you start believing the bullshit.
Yeah.
You start believing that you ain't the shit. Sorry, y'all. And that's what they did. They sat in that shit so long, playing them video games, sitting on them channels, and just talking shit. Now I talk shit. I ain't gonna sit there and I do the best of them. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I don't talk down. I don't talk bad about people. Now I can say, look, I'll tell you some facts. Like, look, the reason you might be where you are, that dude didn't like you, maybe because you big as hell. That's just telling you something that might be true. Not saying, I didn't say you a bad person. I just said you may be big as hell.
You said you don't talk bad.
No. First off, talking bad about somebody is questioning their character, saying that you're a horrible person.
Telling somebody they big as hell is not talking.
No, that's a fact. If you're big as hell, you're big as hell. I'm big as hell. Y'all can't sit there and say I'm not big. Look at this. Look at the screen versus him. Am I not big as hell? I can't help that. I can accept the truth and you can't. That's all that is. That's not talking bad about somebody. That's just saying you big as hell, dude. Okay, get past that. I'm big as hell, and guess what? I got past it. If they don't like it, cool. They don't like it. I gotta work on myself. If they fuck with it, they fuck with it. There's plenty of guys who fuck with big girls.
That's true.
Okay. I'm just saying the guys that they may be approaching were the guys that maybe didn't like big girls. And that's why they didn't come at her.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what I'm saying. Maybe the females he liked just didn't like him.
Okay. Well, that's another reason why sometimes you have to, I know people don't want to hear this, but you got to lower your standards sometimes. Lower your standards or accept that your standards are going to be only for a select few people. So when you go through a lot of people and they don't fit that category, just just understand and accept that. Say, you know what, my standards are up here, so I'm not going to get. If there's 20 women I talk to, most of them are not going to make the cut. Or if there's 20 men I talk to, most of them are not going to make the cut. And be cool with that. Don't get frustrated because you got to understand you.
That's true. That is what it is. What did Jag said, I'll go in my son's room while he in there. Exactly. And mess with his shit. That's what my parents used to do.
Yeah.
Just walk up in there.
I told you my dad, when they found stuff, they wouldn't even say like, oh, we found something in your room. They would just put it on the bed. So now you got to make that walk like, oh shit, they know what it is. And then just look at you.
Mine would be like, what is this?
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Explain this.
Or no, that if you weren't home, they call you and like, you got some explaining to do when you get home.
Oh,
found something in your room.
That's the
wouldn't it be something? No, wouldn't it be something if this would be some fuckery? You call your kid up, you say, hey, you got some explaining to do. I found something in your room. You want to talk about it? But you never found nothing. You just mind fuck them. That right there would get me. That would get me. If as a kid, you would have got me.
Here you go. This is where you gotta understand your parents, because let's say you skip. You will never skip. I used to tell my siblings this. If let's say you never skip school, one day you skip school and you don't tell nobody, and then one you come home and your parents say, "You go to school today?" They ain't never asked you this before, but the one day you skip. You go to school today, you busted.
I'm telling.
That's why you
I know you got to know the signs. Like okay, I'll tell you what. Okay, so recently, I kind of got in that situation. My dad, he don't want me using the washer and dryer at his house when he's not home. All right,
okay.
But I had a key, so I broke in and still used the washer and dryer, y'all. And so the other day, I told you that was my birthday. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who came to my birthday. Appreciate y'all. And he took me out to dinner. So on the way back, he's like, hey, I knew I had left some things at his house that I knew.
Evidence.
Yeah, I had left evidence, but I was thinking, he won't remember. He's old. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So he was like, yeah, he tried to be clever with it. He was like, been washing your clothes lately? And I'm like, yeah. So where you been washing your clothes at? And I'm like, I think we both know where I've been washing my clothes at. Like I'm like, you're not gonna catch me in no lie. I know instantly when I'm caught. I will say immediately. Like I've gotten caught. Sometimes I've gotten caught and not really got caught. Like I remember one time, I was on Tinder. I was talking to a girl that I probably shouldn't have been talking to.
Okay.
And this other girl was like, no, what happened was the girl who I was talking to knew that girl. And it was like, ain't you such and such, da 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 da. And I was like, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell myself before I even get back to
you gotta control the narrative.
I'm like, I'm gonna control the narrative. I'm like, y'all. I'm like, look, so you such and such, and I didn't know, and yeah, I talked to her, but it was just nothing, and she was like, She never even told me. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know. She was like, you could have kept it to yourself. You pretty much outed yourself. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess. So he said, bull, I go in my son's room. Yeah. You got to go in your son's room. Your son gonna be on. I'm gonna say you have to go on both because you got to go in the girl's room too because she probably holding some liquor somewhere.
Yeah, what you find is gonna be different.
What you gotta find is fuck the room. The girls ain't gonna have too much in the room. You gotta get their phone. The phone is gonna tell it all. Fellas might hide some shit in the room. We might hide a porno here or something sneaky.
Well, I mean, to be told, everything digital nowadays. You gotta get the boy phone too.
I don't feel, but what I mean, the stuff you're gonna see from boys, I don't know. Maybe I got that double standard of how I would raise my kids, but I'm just like, what are he gonna possibly get into? I mean, okay, talk to girls. I'm not letting my daughter. I don't want my daughter getting with no guy. That's really what it is. The fellas, you going okay? He got porno.
Here goes my question for you.
Go ahead.
Let's say you have a daughter, and she ended up with a guy.
Be some bullshit.
Just like you.
What version of me? Like
The
15-year-old me or
you now?
Okay. Okay. Well, what do you want me? What are you asking?
All right, would you let her date him, or you like kick rocks? I would let my
for what I want my daughter to find. I feel like I would let her date him, but I would put her on game too, and say like, look,
even the 3-date. $40.
No, I don't care about that. That's fine. I wouldn't want my daughter
sex
to be
on the 3rd date.
No, fuck all that.
that's the you now.
But you're talking about as my father. I'm the father of my daughter. I don't want my daughter. Look, I don't want my daughter
to do with the same like.
No, you can't sit there and say
rules like
you can't. No, you can't say the logic that you would have as a father. You're gonna put the same logic as you would be as a man towards your daughter. That's no. I'm not dating my daughter.
No, I'm saying if she dated a different
a different dude that had the
with
same
ideas that you had.
I would tell her.
like,
I would
the
tell her
third
this.
date-
No, this is what I would tell my daughter. I would tell my daughter, if he's gonna treat you right, that's fine. But just don't be aware of things. Be aware of, if things ain't sounding right, kick rocks. Or let him find himself first before you just engulf yourself in him. That's all I would say. But like, I don't have a problem with my daughter going on a date and he's spending $40 on her. Like, my daughter is not a hooker, so she don't need to be getting spent $200 or whatever. Like, no, I'm gonna tell her straight up, like, just because he take you out, don't mean you owe him anything. But if it's been 3-4 dates, don't lead him on. If you don't like him, keep it moving. If you like him, then go ahead and go further and show him affection and be on. I'm not telling my daughter to go sleep with no guy. I don't care fuck how many dates she's been with. I don't care if she's been with 3 years. Fuck him. you do what you do, baby girl. But I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell her
so it's a no-go on that dude.
No, it's not a
like,
no-go.
no,
It's just
hell
don't lead him on. If he's saying, okay, she's like, Dad, he only spent $40. I would tell her, well, why do you care how much he spent? Are you not trying to get to know him?
No, I'm more interested in after the 3rd date. What if he?
Okay, so you're saying the third date where he's like,
you give me cheeks or
see, no man, what man says that?
You.
I never said no. I didn't. I never said you. I never gone to a woman like you giving me cheeks,
Well, I mean,
or
no,
you're not going on any
I-
more dates.
I know.
I never said no shit like that.
No, I'm just. I know you don't say it to them. I'm saying that's one of your rules of dating, though.
My rule of dating for fellas is this: first date, $40.
Okay.
I don't care what. That's the limit. Second date, $40. Third date, you either have her come to your spot and hang out. Whether y'all do anything, it don't matter. That's on you and two consenting adults. You don't have to do anything, but it's gonna be at your house, and you cook some food, whatever we'll do on your terms. Wherever, it ain't gonna be your house, but just somewhere in your space. After that, she either gonna take you out or you just end it. Because if by the third date, if she has not shown you any affection, I'm talking about any affection. I ain't talking about she just showing up. I'm talking about you done kissed her, she done showed you some romantic things, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm talking about. Not straight, cut dry, you got to get the cheeks. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she has to show you some affection to show that she's interested. If she hasn't done that by date 3, kick her to the curb. Women know by date 1 or date 2 that they want to, if they like you like that. If they don't like, if she ain't showed you no affection by date 3, she is using you for dates. As simple as that. It's cut dry. And I'll tell my girl that, hey, by date 3, if you ain't feeling nothing between him, you need to go ahead and end it. Am I wrong?
I got you.
Do you? What do you feel?
What if? What do you mean, like about
What I just said? Do you feel like after if a girl was on, if you went on a date with a girl and it's been 3 days and she has not shown you any affection, would you feel used?
I might not feel you till about date 5.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, date 5 then. You know what I mean? I bet you date 4 you was already thinking shit. So you can sit there and lie you want to.
I think
You might date by date 5. You sitting there saying shit.
By to me, date 3 is a little soon. To me. But I've been, like I said, I've been out of the game for a long time. So don't.
Okay. Things are sped up now in today's world. So and the girls, they get mad at me when I say, fellas, don't spend no more than $40 on a first date. And they say, well, why are you putting a cap on it? Why are you not putting a cap on it? Would you want a man to go spend $200, $300, $400 on you and you don't know what he's about? Because that's what if you're willing to accept a man to spend $400 or $500 on you on the first date, then and you know you don't have no feelings for him like that or nothing, why would you do that as a person? Why would you let somebody invest that type of money into you to where you feel the pressure of having to do something you don't have? Like, don't even put yourself in that situation, ladies. Like, keep it cordial, keep it cute, keep it normal. You don't have to go ahead and spend $700 or something crazy. You just don't. $40 is enough. If we can't sit around and go walk in the park and get some ice cream and just enjoy each other company, I don't want to deal with you anyway. If I gotta go and throw fucking backflip, somersault, fucking rose petals, all this crazy shit for you to enjoy each other, my company, I'm good. I'm good.
I see. Shay says no because that can lead to unrealistic expectations. That's true.
And today, like I said, I was discussing with a girl. She said, I said, I tell men, start at the bottom and work your way up. Start low and work your way up. Women appreciate when they see a man doing more as the relationship goes on. Women can't stand when a man is up. He was up here, and as the relationship went on, he did less. They're not going to do that. That's why I say women are hypergamous, because they only will go up. They're not going to go backwards. They're not going to do it. And then the same line gets told all the time. She's like, you talk about all women like they're all the same. And I'm like, most women are the same when it comes to certain things. I'm sorry. You know why? I can prove why most women are the same. Why do you think they have men who have like fucking 20 kids by like 15 baby mamas? It's because all the women are attracted to the same goddamn thing. The dude has it, whatever women are looking for. That's why a lot of men end up being with the same women. The same man be with the same women. There's dudes out here who literally, like, their numbers are crazy because they just fit the category that all the women want. So what does that prove?
You're saying that all women are the same because they want the same man?
I'm saying all women have similarities and they're all attracted to the same similar things most of the time. Not all the time, but there's some things that a lot of women are attracted to, and they think differently than each other. They think, oh, I'm different. You know how many times I've heard girls tell me, I'm not like other women. The fact that you say that lets me know you are like other women, because all y'all say the same thing.
Oh man, I've heard that before.
Okay, every man has heard a woman say that. That's why I'm laughing. Because we look at them and like, you don't know how the same you really are.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
And they think they're just so. And that's the thing. I get it. As a human being, we think we are special. Everybody is special. Everybody is different. But there's some things that make men, and we all have some similarities. And there make things that make women.
Okay, here you go. Shay says facts. Women all go after the same man. Their preference can sometimes be set by society.
Yeah, it is. They don't even know it. They don't even know why they liking this guy.
The 6'2" athletic.
He got to be over 6 feet.
6-figure.
You know, and you don't even got to be rich though. That's the thing. It's just his confidence. The man got to be confident. When women see men with women, that automatically attracts. I asked you, and I asked a lot of men, when you were getting married, would you say that was the most time you've ever had women come at you? And most men say yes, because it's an animalistic thing. When a women see other women wanting that man, it's like, okay, he's dominant for a reason. He's that motherfucker for a reason, and I want a piece of that. So that's why I say a lot of times women don't know why they like men. They like men because it's just that competition of energy of like, oh,
they smell the commitment on you.
Yes, there it is. Oh yeah, I want what she has, and I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get him.
Like a house note.
He said, "You smell like a house note." Yeah, so
like a mortgage.
But I don't know. This is just crazy, dude. It's crazy how society is. He said men and women keep chasing the idea of perfection outwardly, but get screwed when they are not the type to have your back. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic where it's always that grass is greener on the other side. They can't accept, like, we think so highly of ourselves that we think, oh, I could get better. If I'm with you and you commit to me, I could get better. And like it's like that I seen a scam where somebody on Cash App, they'll say, give me $10, I'll give you 20.
Mm-hmm.
So they give them $10, they Cash App them 20.
And how that makes sense though?
Exactly. Now I'm gonna tell you why. So the person says, wow, okay. He said, if you give me $20, I'll give you 40. If you give me $50, I'll give you 100. So they're saying, okay, this is the scam. So if say you give me $50, I'll give you $100. Then you're like, damn, okay. Well, shit, I'm gonna give you $200. Okay, I'll give you $400. I send you $400 back. Now, what's the scam is you keep going back and forth because you're greedy. You're like, well, shit, if I give him $5,000, he'll give me $10,000 back. Because you keep wanting, you think the grass is greener. You think I'm gonna keep getting something better. So then you go and give me $5,000, then I go ghost. Thank you. You just gave me $5,000. That's what we do in society, where a man and a woman, like, you can't sit there and think that you're just gonna always get better.
Well, there's that. You ever see these like gold digger pranks?
Oh yeah,
where the dude is
some of that
trying
is
to talk.
fake too,
Yeah, a lot of this. It's got to be fake because
they just find a random fine woman that's walking the street by herself. I'm just like, that don't
real.
happen.
That's not real. But there is one where the dude well, now this is far-fetched because it was a rapper, but the dude was with this girl. She went out with her girlfriends, and they sent I don't even remember who Lil Flip is.
Yeah, I know.
Made the song Game Over. They sent him in there to talk to his woman, and she totally forgot about the boyfriend. Like, it was just
that can happen. If you get a high value man that's like a celebrity, Usher, I don't know, some famous actor, Michael B. Jordan or something. If that man, if I'm pretty sure, and I'm not even trying to be crazy, if you and your woman, your wife was out eating and you went to the bathroom or whatever, and Michael B. Jordan came in and he was trying to talk to her, she would probably forget about you.
I would expect her to forget.
She would forget about you, bro.
I'm like, yo, this ain't right. But
what's WB Shay?
Welcome back, Shay.
Oh, welcome back, Shay. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
and
when they had other ones where it was regular dudes, you know what I mean?
But I would say though, for men though, it would be the same. Like if you're dating, say you've been married for years, you got an old bat. Let's keep on 100. You just got an old woman, old lady. She's been y'all 30, 40 years in. You're an older man, and then this young, fine, supple, big booty, titties, all that, looking cute, come at you, and you just looking like, the fuck? Like, I don't usually get this. It's gonna be a little bit like, look, man, you're gonna feel good. You feel like, hey, I got the juice, I guess. I got the juice. But
that's when your morals come in.
And but this is the difference though. with a man, if his woman went to the bathroom, he'll be like, "Hey, look, no, especially if been with her for 3. He'll look, you got about 20 seconds before she walk back out of here, and it's gonna be hell. You gotta leave because I'm taking this girl on a date. I don't need this."
And this is why, like, people who are in relationships and people who are married, you can't do that club life anymore. I don't even know if people even go to club anymore. Like I said, you can't do like bar scenes and clubs like that anymore because that's the stuff that happens. I went out with my woman one time. This was years ago before we were married, and it was just a nightmare because
you're watching her and she watching you.
Basically, she was basically just watching me. Like every time she told me she had to go to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, okay, go." She was like, "No."
Like, so she about to pee on herself because she don't trust you.
I was like, "Go to the bathroom." She said she don't trust down, but it was really me. But
yeah,
but I was like, I had to basically go. Listen, when you go to the bathroom, I'll go to the bathroom at the same time. Okay,
fuck that. I'm doubling back. You doubling back and be like, "All right, y'all, let's get our freak on." Dude.
I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, that was the last time. I was like, "We're not doing this anymore."
I don't think a man who's in a committed relationship can truly 100% be themselves at the club with a woman. It can't happen.
No,
we could be ourselves at a restaurant. We could be ourselves at the movie theater, but at a club scenario where people are dancing and grinding on each other, a man cannot be himself. And I don't think a woman can be her fully self because she know how wild and ignorant and crazy she'll get with her homegirls.
It was a reality check for both of us because we both couldn't.
So do you feel
be who we were?
So let me ask you this then. That's why I believe every married couple, every monogamous couple fears guy trips and girl trips. I don't even think they should be existing if you're in a committed monogamous relationship. Not a whole trip.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna do stuff that I wouldn't normally do here.
And not even that. You know you'll do stuff that you wouldn't normally do in front of her.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a little wild and crazy.
I am different on vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
A whole nother person on vacation.
You let your hair down.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, okay, what cities is there any city that you would let your woman go to, or is it like she can't go on no girls trip by herself without me?
It's not even about where she going, it's who she going with.
Oh, okay. I trust. I believe
that's what it is for me. It's who she going with.
So
I see how some of her friends move.
So if she go with Ratchet Keisha,
nah. If Ratchet Keisha going, I'm going too. That's
look, ain't nobody else, ain't enough other fellas going. You like Ratchet Keisha got 17 fellas. I don't want to hear that.
I don't care. I do not care.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, let's see. What we got over here?
Let's see.
Everybody always be talking about, I need to get on the show. And then I put it in the comment section if y'all want to get on this live stream and talk to us, and y'all never do. So it's fine. Y'all be saying, "Oh, I'm at work," or "I'm this." It's 5:45. Ain't nobody at work.
Jack said, "Friendships are weird. If I have time to vacation, it's going to be with my husband, away from my kids. Screw friends."
That's really how it is. Like,
Ratchet Keisha is responsible for herself, though. That's true.
Yeah, Ratchet Keisha. But Ratchet Keisha, just like Playboy Paulie, is gonna be on some. Well, not Playboy Paulie, because I ain't got no friend. Oh, I do got a friend named Paul, but it's gonna be on some. They don't like doing shit by themselves. That's why people go on trips together in the first place. So whatever Ratchet Keisha doing, she gonna be like, "Girl, let's get it. Come on, hold me up." Da, da, da. It's like either you gonna be a babysitter or you gonna be with the shit. One of the two.
And I'm usually with it, so that's why I got it.
I'm trying to be good for the fellas.
I'm
And you
just
keep
saying. I'm just being honest with myself.
So you saying you and Playboy Paulie gonna be over here
and
ripping and running,
and that's why I don't go anywhere with Playboy. I can't because I know myself. You
all
gotta know
right.
yourself.
I feel you. I mean, you do got to know yourself. You got to be confident that you can cover yourself. But this is the thing that I noticed. Ladies always use I was drunk. That's the quintessential I was drunk and it was, I didn't mean to do this. Bullshit.
I can't use that excuse.
That's that whole I don't accept responsibility for my actions. And I'm sorry, you set the whole scenario up. You brought Ratchet Keisha to the club, going to some exotic place, and it was just like, you knew what was gonna happen. You knew in the back of your mind what was gonna happen. You said if you drink, you want sex, beforehand. So it's not any fella that wants to believe that bullshit that where, oh, I was drunk and he took advantage of me, and nobody takes advantage of you. I don't hear that.
So ain't that much drunkenness in the world. That's what she said.
But there's women that done pull that card, and because women smarter than men. Women know if a man said I was drunk, she is not hearing that card. She know that's a female card all day. She gonna be like, fuck that. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? I was drunk and my body just, my dick just slipped in her. Like, I don't know how her mouth ended up sucking. Like, I ain't gonna hear that. Like, kick rocks.
I can't use that excuse. I don't even drink.
I tripped.
I know what I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. So you don't even, yeah.
I don't drink, so I can't.
Damn, dude. So you can't. So you really just bold face have to say, I did this.
I did this.
I did this, and I'm not blinking with it. I just blink. Fuck.
If I'm man enough to do it, I gotta, man enough to eat that.
Yeah,
it's just what it is.
I'm gonna be straight up. There's certain cities that I'm just not gonna allow. Miami, Vegas, Cancun, any Caribbean spot. Anything where it's gonna be barely closed, no. I want you in the Netherlands mountains.
You want to be skiing,
all clothed, and that's how I'm doing it. That's how you're gonna be. And we're gonna be FaceTiming all day. Show me where that is. Where you at? That's what I want to see. The strobe lights made me hallucinate. I thought you was my baby. I swear. I know I should get a run on people just saying stuff that after they cheated after like a girls and guys trip, like stuff that we say. Fully suited, crazy. I know. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping you guys.
Yeah,
I don't want you having no clothes off.
Chastity belt.
And then girls be like, you ever notice that girls can't? They never feel like they living their best life unless they just got barely clothes on. I'm living my best life. Girl, you is naked. You is not a kid no more. You can't run around naked thinking you live your. I feel like you, but I don't know why. I just get this vibe that you would go on to a nudist beach.
Me?
Yeah,
I probably would.
I knew it.
Listen, you gotta sample life sometimes. You don't like it, you just don't like it.
No. Look, first off, a nudist beach ain't never what you think a nudist beach is. It's a horrific sight of old, crusty, Ethiopian titties and old crusty white balls.
Of course, TV makes it look all glamorous and stuff. It's never like that. I was close to one. I never made it to it though.
Like I'm thinking, like you want to, like all fellas want to believe that it's like all Victoria's Secret models and Fashion Nova models and just BBLs and all that. Nah, I'm not. No, there might be, and just like when I went to Mardi Gras when I was in college, you never see the titties you want to see. You only see the titties that are forced upon you.
You know what? Because what's that old videos that used to come on TV? Like Girls Gone Wild done ruined the whole thing because you think that's what you're gonna see.
Yeah. They getting college prime time girls who are looking good for that Girls Gone Wild. When you go to Mardi Gras back in when Mardi Gras was really Mardi Gras, you seeing 47-year-old women and their fucking daughter is in the back. The daughter you want to see, the mom's like, fuck it, I'm divorced. It's like, come on, man, I don't want to see that
because they going to work on Monday. You ain't never gonna see him again.
Yeah, she that 47-year-old that brought her daughter from Wisconsin. Okay, like it's crazy. She said, "Dude, you guys should do some random videos with strangers out on Chippewa." You're right. We should do that. I think we might do that. Do some questions. Do some questions with just drunk people and just ask them crazy stuff that I usually just. Hey, what do you think of this?
Yeah, come up with some questions. We can figure that out.
Let us know, y'all. We might do that. Sitting in traffic in the building. We might do that. I think that would be
AA Ron.
What was AA Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That's good. That's a good thing. We might do that. But what was I saying?
Oh, 47-year-old.
Oh yeah. You never see the ones. You're just and they're forced on you. You don't even they don't even ask anybody want to see my titties. They just be like, let me show them. And then people are trying to tell them like, just stop. But you'll be on Chippewa and you'll see the same titties like 7 times. And you're like, why are you walking in the same direction as me? Stop showing your titties. I don't want to see them.
Stop it, Susan.
And then like if you have this thing, like how Mardi Gras works is like you have these beads, right? And they'll throw the beads and they show your titties, you get a bead. But sometimes some people have crazy looking beads, like crazy big glamorous beads. And every girl on the strip is like they want them beads. So they're like, I'll show you my titties for the beads.
My thing is like you don't get nothing for them, do you?
What do you mean?
For the beads. Well, you just get beads and that's
you just get beads. It's like a game that everybody plays. Like it's all these different beads people want to keep so they can like show like, look how many beads I got. Like that's just a thing. So
now, just imagine, let's say you a kid and you dig into your parents' closet, you find all these beads, right? You don't know what they for.
I still have a bag of beads.
Okay, and let's say you don't know what they for. And let's say fast forward like 10 years, you have Mardi Gras and you see these beads, and now your brain flashing back to, I saw these in mom's closet. What?
Well, I mean, you can buy the beads too, but the ones that mean the most are the ones that the women earned. And that's why I say I pay $40 for first dates. You need to earn everything you get. See how I just bring everything full circle? Okay. Now, right before this last thing before we get up out of here. It is what it is, I mean, those are good times, and I definitely he said, wait, what did he say? It's like back in school when the bracelets meant you did different things. Oh, yeah, I wasn't in that cult. I'm sorry. I remember that where people were wearing bracelets and it meant like, okay, I suck dick or I do this or whatever. It was kind of like an inside thing that parents didn't know.
This was at y'all school?
This was at school. Yeah.
We didn't.
Where they would,
time out.
I ain't saying what.
We didn't do that at the school I went to. You just knew who was doing that.
Okay, well, you didn't go to a predominantly.
That's what the white kids did.
That's what they did. They wore bracelets where it kind of meant something. You knew, like, okay, I do this or I do that or whatever. Not saying to the point of like, not like the extreme it has now. Like I eat ass. Like this is some new shit. Kids don't do. We were just saying it was just more like, okay, I'm a freak or I'm not a freak. You know what I mean? Like I go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Hey, now our school was trash.
Our classy trash. It was classy, but like it was trashy.
My school was ghetto. I mean, it's what it was, man.
You know what I mean?
It was guaranteed a fight every 5th period during lunch, and after
better
school,
than rubber bracelets.
I didn't know that was even a thing. See, it was just you knew who the freaks were. You knew.
I never knew who the freaks were until because there was so many. I really feel like there was a lot of guys who were really lying on their dicks to like saying like, oh, I did this, I did that, and maybe they weren't. Maybe they really were doing these things. Like my cousin, I believe everything he told me. My cousin really ain't got no reason to lie. You know what I mean? About who he messed with, what crazy stories that. And I'm like, what? Where was I for all this? There was some dude. I really was a homebody in high school. And there were some times that I was just like, man. He said, how could you not know? I didn't know because I really was a homebody. I never was in like trying to figure out who was sleeping with who did it. I just would hear about it. I'm like, oh, really? So I heard things about certain girls and stuff. He said I knew the hoes, the addicts, the alcoholics. See, I'm gonna tell you what Jackie was. Jackie's that girl that like everybody's around, like everybody's talking and saying it, and she's just in the corner just listening. She's hearing all this stuff. I don't hear it because I'm not even focusing on it, but like she could just hear it. She would just find out from whatever. He said, you didn't need to figure it out. It was right there in front of you. I'm a guy. We are not focused on the same things. You guys, your brain works more than us. So you're focused on everything. I'm focused on the girls. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just focused on like this how men are. We sit there, you could be girls could be something could be going down, and there could be a girl with like a low blouse and her titties out. And like we're just focusing on them titties. We're not even focusing on what's really happening behind. That's why you ever see those videos where like the guy's with his girl, but the other guy that's behind it is like fingering his girl. And he's like grabbing her ass, and like the guy doesn't even know. He's just with his girl. He's focusing on something else while this girl's doing a whole other thing. That's literally what like I wasn't like. I didn't know what people were doing.
Nothing.
No, I was not sitting there focusing on people. He said, no corner necessary. People felt the need to talk to me, even though we hated each other. Apparently, my advice and opinion was covert. Oh yeah, but that's one thing I can say. When people realize you tell them something, or they tell you something, and then it never gets out, they know. They trust that you will not say nothing back. Everybody thought I talked because I do talk a lot. But when it came to secrets and you tell me something, you never hear that it came back from. I heard Carlton say this. No, you didn't.
Well, that's the thing. I never trusted the cheddar box. I knew if you talked a lot, I would never trust
No,
you.
to say the thing, I talk a lot, but I don't talk a lot about people. I just talk about scenarios, situations, things like that are interesting to me. Sports. I don't talk about like, oh, did you see such and such? I don't do that. Because I don't like people talking about me. So if I hear you, I'm like, oh, but I do peep that out. If you're a person that always talking about other people, I'm like, oh, don't tell them nothing. They tell everybody business. Two sides to every story.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, it is two sides to every story. But I don't care what nobody says. Do you think there's more guys who lied about sleeping with girls or more girls lying about sleeping with guys? Or both?
It's both.
It's both. Ladies, stop lying on your pussy. And fellas, stop lying on your dicks. Because a girl, that's the thing. This is the difference. I feel like if a girl could lie and say, I never slept with you, and you know she did, and a guy will never like try to out it. If a guy lies about a girl sleeping with him and he did, a girl's gonna be like, I ain't sleep with him. She cares way more about that fake body than the guy does.
Yeah, well, because it's a double standard.
It is.
Women if a woman sleeps with a lot of dudes, you know,
she looks like used carpet.
Basically, and if a dude sleeps with
roll you up and throw you your used carpet. But if a guy sleeps with a lot of women,
yeah,
he's like
the man. He's a legend.
Yeah, he's like that. He's like the Loch Ness monster. You don't know if he exists, but you know he's a legend. You want to believe he exists. Listen, girls will lie so they aren't seen as sluts. Yeah, that's true. Guys don't want to admit to sleeping with every girl he's got his rocks off with because she's not brag worthy. Oh yeah, I will admit I have lied about girls who I've messed with because I didn't feel like the quality was up to par for my friends to talk about.
You slept with a few Rasputians,
a few gargoyles. I don't know. No, I don't say I slept with them. I just messed with them or whatever. But it was just like, all right, you did what you did.
Gargoyles need love too, man.
That's what I say. We're part of the gargoyle gang, man. The gang.
They need love too.
I don't feel like now. No, I still feel the same way. I still will not. I'll still probably deny the gargoyle.
Who cares, man? I'm an adult.
Shut up.
Who cares?
You would do. So, all right. True. Okay. True. Or false.
Okay, here you go.
Do you gonna sit there and tell me that you've what's the on a 1 to 10 scale ugliest girl you've been with?
I've been with some threes.
Some threes. Okay.
And that's
celebrity wise.
That's
What's a
stretch.
3?
That is a stretch.
Give me a 3. Is Rosie O'Donnell the 3?
Nah. Okay, maybe 2s.
So somebody was. So you've been with somebody that was uglier than Rosie O'Donnell.
That's a stretch, but yeah.
Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Precious. I need to know.
A girl that look like Precious,
or just not look like Precious, but like
body type.
Not body type. I guess sexiness, or would you consider the girl you dealt with prettier than Precious?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's high. So she's lower than Rosie O'Donnell, but she's higher than Precious.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so she in the middle somewhere. All right, I'm putting. Of course
you're not putting that in there.
I'm typing in ugliest women celebrities.
God, what is wrong with you, man?
Oh my God, never mind. Hold up.
What
Okay,
is the matter with you?
Are you mad because they have categories for this in Google? Y'all can't get mad at me because the internet does what you already been thinking. Come on, man. I'm trying to get people that understand. First off, they said Sarah Jessica Parker is. I don't think she's
not ugly.
She's not that ugly. Maybe she would be if I didn't have. She didn't have all the dialed up stuff. Okay. You know what I'm noticing? No, they didn't. No, they didn't put Jennifer Hudson, my baby, in there. Don't do. Cameron Diaz, she's not. No. Okay, Whoopi. We can go with Whoopi. Whoopi's I feel like Whoopi's like this. Whoopi and Oprah are like the standard of like for the black women. Was this woman black or white? I feel like she wasn't black.
No, she was black.
She was black. The one that you said. So the ugliest woman you've been with, you would say is a black woman.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all heard it here. He said it. I did not say that. He said it.
Don't make this about her race. Okay?
I'm just,
it got nothing to do. It got nothing to do with that.
I had this. You see, I tried to swing him in there. I don't care. Look, okay. So I'm gonna say, for me, I'm trying to really think.
Make it easier. How many beers made her attractive?
Yeah. How many beers?
I was so much of a hoe back then.
You were sober?
I didn't need none.
You were. There's no way.
Don't need none.
No way, boy. There ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Look, you can't tell me.
Don't like the way that sentence was formed.
Who said that?
Okay, that's Shay. Okay.
She's talking about with the. She's probably talking about with the black woman or whatever. I'm not talking bad about black women. I love black women.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's him. That wasn't me.
No, you said the ugliest woman you ever been with was a black woman.
She happened to be black. That's just circumstances. That's all.
Okay, answer me this then. So are you telling me, have you been with other races of people?
Yeah.
So top of this. What made you get with her? What made you mine? It's based off a game. I've seen an 18+ Facebook group. I don't know what she means by that, but
I don't know what she means either.
What do you what would you what made you? Was it just she was a freak?
Basically, yeah.
She's
we
easy.
had fun. We got. She was easy. I just put it like that, but she was.
Ain't nothing wrong with being. First of all, ain't nothing wrong with being easy if you know what you getting yourself into. If you're trying to be disrespected, be easy. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're trying to be, used, go ahead. Because some girls like to be used. I'm not saying. Oh, message me. Okay, yeah, I'm doing the show, but so she was easy. She was fun. You said she was fun.
Yeah.
Like fun in a sexual way or fun like just
Both.
actually cool to be around?
Both.
Did she have any features? Any good features? Damn. Do y'all hear the struggle breath?
But this is just like you ever see the dudes who have a good looking girlfriend and then you see the girl you cheat on with and you're just like, man, why'd you?
Because
like,
men
what are
don't.
you
Because
doing?
we don't base it off of that. We don't.
Exactly.
We
We
don't
don't care.
This thing, men. This one thing men don't do that women do. Men do not fuck up. We do. If like we don't go, we can go with a fine chick and then go right back and get with a gargoyle. And go right back to a fine chick and go back to gargoyle. It has no basis on anything. That subject is that subject at that time, and we're on to the next one. We're not sitting there saying, okay, well, last girl I got with was a 5, so I gotta get a 7 next time.
Yeah, and I didn't care back then. I was very reckless back then. I didn't care.
So let me ask you this, because I feel like I'm just something I'm gonna say afterward. Was she good?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm gonna straight up say. I feel like ugly girls are some of the best when it comes to being in bed with, because they are true givers. They and I felt like they've had a lot of practice too, probably. What do you think?
A lot of practice.
I think they have. Secretly,
somebody
most women, I feel like the like, I don't care what nobody say, it ain't the pretty girls who's having the most sex.
Nah.
It is definitely the physically challenged, facially challenged women that are having the most sex.
Sometimes it ain't about looks.
And I think they're sexually liberated. I'm just talking shit right now. I'm literally not even making sense. I'm just saying stuff to see how he's going to react to it. All right, yeah. Oh man, I love the show. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about before we get up out of here?
I think we've did enough damage.
I think we have to
into the world.
I think I've made y'all lose a little bit more brain cells today, and that's what we do at the Social Norm, man. We try to give y'all entertainment, open y'all minds, and also say go Washington.
That's AA Ron. You like the West?
Stop with this nonsense. Y'all don't even have a name. Look at you had to say go Washington. Say it like go football team. That's all you can say. You don't have a respectable team.
Go football players.
Yeah. My favorite player on the football team is shut up. The Washington Redskins play I think they play the Chargers. I actually have them winning that game. But
I did used to watch it when they had RG3.
Yeah.
And I was
they get more than one win. We will get more than one win. It starts Sunday. I hope, ladies, y'all understand that you are now in second place again. Football is back, and ladies, you have to take a back seat. Understand it, accept it, and everything will be great in the world. This is me, Canteen. This is my man, Beans. It's the Social Norm Podcast. And we out this bitch.
I apologize. No, I don't. I'm just the look on your face.
Apologize that.